What up, y'all? This is Lon Thomas, aka Black Man on the Camera, and I'm here to talk about the newest, the newest show, Wednesday, based on the Addams Family. I wasn't gonna do this show because, everybody was doing this show. It's probably gonna get a season 2. Shit is everywhere. And I don't really like to ride the bandwagon when it comes to YouTube shit, but I mean, if I want the views, I want the views. Wednesday Addams is directed and created by Tim Burton, based on the dude who made the Addams Family comic book and the TV show and the other TV show and the 2 movies and the motherfucking animated movie, all that shit. Now, I never grew up with the Addams Family in my household. Honestly, if it wasn't PBS, I probably didn't see it growing up, but I was aware of who they were. It wasn't like I didn't know who the Addams Family was when I started watching the show, but I didn't know enough about them to be like, okay, that's a good representation of Wednesday, that's a good representation of Gomez, that's a good representation of Morticia. But I still enjoyed the show for what it was, for the most part, and we'll get to the most part. First and foremost, Jenny Ortega can act her fucking ass off. Yo, shout outs to her. She's putting it down for all the 20-year-old Latina women out there. She making y'all look good, cause she is killing shit with X. She killing shit with fucking You. She killing shit with motherfucking this. So, yo, shout outs to her. She did a great job as Wednesday. The deadpan delivery, fucking emotionless ass face, doing a lot with just eye movements because the bitch don't motherfucking smile. And honestly, the show wouldn't work if she didn't work. I also liked her friend Enid, E-N-I-D, fuck. And I graduated from college. I like Enid's character. She was basically like a TikTok come to life. But, contrast to Wednesday's like deadpan and morose and kind of sociopathic nature, was a good to see her be friends with this extremely bubbly, annoyingly so, girl who just speaks in hashtags. But I did think they had chemistry, and I was rooting for her. I think she had a lot of heart. In all honesty, when Wednesday was getting on my fucking nerves, Enid was the one that I just was like, yo, I fuck with Enid though, so I'm gonna let this shit ride out. I also like Brianna Tarth. She's good in it as this principal who's just basically just trying to keep her school from shutting the fuck down. And she always had this sense of like, I'm like this close to murdering one of y'all motherfuckers. Like every time they have a close up on her face, you can just see like her lip be quivering and she just be like, I just wanna stab y'all. The 2 barely black kids, I like to a certain extent, and we'll get to that in the cons. I like the ponytail hair dude, basically discount Johnny Depp. I liked him. I like the aesthetics. Tim Burton does a lot of good things, and one of the things he does very well is aesthetics. That nigga know how to set design. He know how to hit a tone. He knows as soon as you see it, you know that's Tim Burton shit. You see the palette, you see the way the characters are designed, you like, this is some Tim Burton ass shit. And I enjoy it. I like it. It's very colorful, it's very creative. I like it. The cons. The story basically is Wednesday does some really foul shit at her last school, gets kicked out, has to go to Nevermore, which is the same school her parents went to, and she's really not down for that. And the school is essentially Tim Burton's Hogwarts. It's like werewolves, it's vampires, it's sirens, it's motherfucking telepaths. It's basically all the weirdest, all the supernatural kids of this world thrown into one school. So what could possibly go wrong? Basically wants to get free and escape. Somebody tries to kill her, and pretty much the rest of the show is her trying to figure out who's trying to kill her and why they're trying to kill her. Now, the problem that I have is that even though this is a good premise and they kind of, for the most part, stay on theme, there's a lot of side shit that happens that not only isn't as interesting, but doesn't feed into the main story enough for me to care. So it makes me think, why did you even include it in the first place? For a good example is, there's this sheriff who is so fucking, has a weird ass, like his mouth is weird. Like he talks like he's missing like all his front teeth. Like he be like, like he don't want to open his mouth all the way, because if you do, you're gonna see all these shits is missing. He basically hates Gomez because when Gomez was going to Nevermore, he was involved in an attempted murder, and the sheriff thinks that Gomez actually did the murder, even though he got off. Now, there is no other inclination as to why this sheriff thinks that Gomez did it. They have no interaction in the past, and there's a whole flashback scene to show, you know, Gomez as a kid and the kid that he supposedly killed. But there's nothing with the sheriff and Gomez to make this like seething, because he brings it up like 9-10 times. Like, there's nothing else to really like hammer that home. Gomez and him don't have any scenes together. So when it happens, it's like, why, you know, it doesn't hit the same. And it does tie into the main story of Wednesday. I feel like that could have been done better if that was the whole point. Like, if you're gonna bring this in, you know, do more with it. Also, they got characters that aren't bad characters, but they don't do anything. Like, okay, like the Siren Girl is billed as the queen bee of the school. She's like the mean girl. You know, she run the school and whatever and all the shit. See how I'm doing my head? She run the school or whatever. Like, that gets dropped in like episode 4? Like 3, 4? Like, it doesn't, I mean, it's like a couple scenes like in the beginning when, you know, her and Wednesday are kind of going at it with the fencing. And then there's the little river race, spoilers by the way, the little river race shit. But it's, again, by the time they get to the dance, then they're like kind of sort of friends. So it's like, well, what was the point of even having this rivalry? We was just gonna abandon it in the middle of the fucking season. And then they got this fucking romance. Three-way kind of romance triangle with Goodwill, Johnny Depp, and this super old ass nigga. Like, bro, I get it. It's, you know, you can't always hire kids. It's a hassle. But fuck, bruh. At least go like have a age cutoff. Be like, all right, we doing 24 and down. 24 to 18 is our gap. Or do 18 to like 22. Whatever you need to do. But this motherfucker, that motherfucker, ain't nowhere near 17. That's a grown ass man. That's a 35-year-old man. That nigga has insurance. He has a mortgage, sir. I'm like, why is this old ass nigga trying to, I was like, is this a remake of Friend of the Family? Like, why is this old ass nigga trying to fuck this 16-year-old? And I get Jenny Ortega is 20 in real life, but I'm like, bro, you look 37. Who cast you? And it's very obvious when you see the other kids. Like, everybody else is like early 20s, maybe 18. There's a couple of kids that shit might be fucking 18, 19. But your ass is old. Get up, like, move out your dad's house. Why are you with your dad still? And another thing, I don't understand why these two kids wanted to fuck Wednesday in the first place. I'm sorry for saying fuck, but let's call a spade a spade. Cause she has been mean to both of these niggas the entirety of the goddamn show. And I know that's part of Wednesday's character, but like even with Enid and Eugene, oh yeah, side note, shout out to Eugene. Fucking, she is mean to these niggas like every single time. She has dialogue with these niggas. It's demeaning. It's fucking not taking their feelings into account. It's zero type of like banter or anything. Like, she's giving these niggas Absolutely nothing. They don't have no back and forth quirky dialogue. There's no fucking, oh, you guys have some chemistry. There's nothing. It is nothing. Why are you trying to have sex with this girl? There's literally a scene where Tyler's like, I thought you liked me. Nigga, how? How, nigga? How? How? And the fact that the story literally puts her and Tyler together also doesn't make any fucking sense. At least with Xavier, he has it, but then it's like superseded by the fact that she thinks this nigga is a murderer. So he's like, I mean, yeah, you cute, but bitch, I'm not, stop trying to get me arrested for murder. This shit is getting annoying. But this nigga Tyler is just like, you smooth, you like me? Like, what the fuck? No, what? Based on what? Based on what? What did she say? She hasn't said anything. Nothing. And I'm not saying that I need Wednesday Addams to be head over heels for a nigga or doing romantic comedy banner, but at least have a motherfucker that you can look at and be like, this is the type of dude that Wednesday, if she were to be attracted to a dude, this would be the dude. Don't have it be some regular, a nigga that work at a coffee shop? A 35-year-old man that works at a coffee shop. That's what gets her going. But yeah, that shit got on my nerves. Like, that was the most, that out of everything that was happening in that show, that's the thing that made me go, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Despite that, I didn't really like how the ending kind of turned out. It felt like it just kind of had to like, all right, let's wrap this shit up. Cause, spoiler alert, by the way, you know, the whole reveal is that Tyler is the monster. It's all that shit coming. The Hive Monster, which is what he's called, needs a master. And that master, is Christina Ricci. No shit, because why the fuck would you hire Christina Ricci? Especially when I saw she was in episode 2. When I was like, oh, she's in the whole series? Oh yeah, she's definitely, it's fucking Christina Ricci. You're not gonna have Christina Ricci be on every single episode if she's not the bad guy. But yeah, they resurrect the Pilgrim dude who apparently has powers. I didn't even know he was supposed to have powers, but the nigga got powers. And the shit, like, Wednesday gets shot with an arrow, stabs this nigga, and then doom, they're done. And just, like, literally, that's it. All of that to say, I still did enjoy the show. I'm very much looking forward to season 2. And I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen because Brianna Tarf is dead, so, and Christina Ricci's dead, so who the fuck is gonna run the school? I have no clue. But yeah, and if they gonna give Wednesday a fucking romantic, you know, plot point, make it a motherfucker that I can see her being attracted to. Don't make it this fucking 35-year-old barista and discount Johnny Depp. Pick a nigga that makes sense. That's all. I'm like, pick a motherfucker. When I was Liam on screen and she's like, yo, I wanna bang this dude. I'm like, that makes sense. That was a long tangent. All in all, I do like the show. Do I think the Addams Family could be cast with an all-black? Do I think that the Addams Family could get an all-black remake? Yes. I mean, it's the fucking Addams Family. There's really nothing that make them specific to any, I was about to say minority, but any, what is the politically correct term that I'm trying to say? Any skin tone. Like, even though they're quote unquote white, there's nothing that they do to make them go, well, that's a white family. I mean, there's a sprinkle of like, they try to be like, oh, they're descendants of Mexican, but I'm like, barely, like nobody speaks fucking Spanish except Gomez for like a second. But you know, whatever. Hey, take the representation where you can get it. I would cast, what's her name? Old girl from Grownish, not Grownish. Fucking, oh my God, Blackish. The little girl from Blackish, I would have her be Wednesday. I don't know who the fuck I would have as Pugsley. I mean, Pugsley's not really in it. But so I would have her as Wednesday. I would have, I say Angela Bassett, but she might be a little too old. I might go like, I'm trying to think. Halle Berry. I don't think she would do it. Halle Berry would make a really good Morticia. I think, yeah. Now I'm thinking about it. That'd be a fire-ass Morticia. Halle Berry's Morticia. old girl from Blackish as Wednesday, and I would have Denzel, maybe Denzel as Gomez. Again, I don't think he would do it, but like maybe Denzel. I would say Lawrence Fishburne, but he might be also a little too old. I definitely Denzel. Denzel's the one that's coming to my mind because I'm like, I think that would just be a different type of character for him to play. Because Gomez is suave and charming, but also like very much a simp. And I've never seen Denzel really be a simp to that extent. So it would be funny to me to just see him all just like basically living inside his woman's womb. But yeah, I think it would be fine. I would definitely be down to see an all black Addams Family cast. And they kind of did the black people dirty. You know what? They didn't do the black people dirty in the show, but I am rooting for Siren Girl and the bitch ass nigga whose daddy was the mayor. Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all might as well be the token black couple. But yeah, all in all, I enjoyed the show. Can't wait for season 2. Definitely want to see a black Addams Family. Somebody make that shit happen. Just do a fan favorite. Do a fan short of that shit, because I would love to see it. And that's all I got to say. Like and subscribe. You know, hit all the buttons on the shit. All of them, except the dislike. Don't hit that. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. If you didn't really like the shit, hit the dislike. Whatever. Traction is traction.